Today, I'm going to walk you through a real baby registry, and while we're going through it, we're going to talk about what to get and what to skip. So these first two items are honest company, like shampoo, body wash, conditioner. Go with whatever you want when it comes to baby skin, and honestly, try to go fragrance-free, go clean and clear as much as you can, but ultimately, it's up to you, your doctor, and your dermatologist. All right, let's keep moving. All right, getting into diapering. So we got some size 1 diapers and some wipes. Now, I'm not familiar with this brand of diapers. Based on the packaging, am assuming that these are more clean and more less chemical based than some of your traditional disposable diapers. So I think this baby registry, we're going for a little bit more of a crunchy mama kind of vibe and a little more maybe healthy and holistic. So let's keep going and see what else they're doing along those lines. Next, we have a changing pad for diaper changes. I don't like a changing pad. I say do it on the bed, the floor, the couch. I don't think this item is necessary for me. It is a skip. This next item I've never seen on a baby registry before. It's kind of cool. You could DIY it though, maybe more affordably. Okay, so this is like an ID tag. What you can do is put your baby's information, your information, or somebody else's information on this and attach it to their car seat. The idea is if you're in a car accident, they know information about baby, like their weight, any allergies, or medical concerns, as well as somebody to contact. So if you're riding in your vehicle, you don't want your contact info. You're gonna want somebody that's not typically with you. This could be your spouse, or it could be somebody like a grandparent, or maybe like an aunt or an uncle, somebody that's typically not gonna be in the car, versus you and your husband could be in that car, get in an accident, and be unable to care for your child, or be conscious enough to make decisions for them going to the hospital. So this is a really cool item. Could you DIY it, put a note somewhere in their car seat, or use tape or something? Yes, you probably could. We've got a couple of books. I don't see anything wrong with books. There is the library. There are gifts for Christmas and birthdays, but if you want to put some books on your baby registry, that is just fine. Usually they're pretty affordable. Then we have a rainbow toy. It looks like it's the rainbow set, and then kind of little rainbow people or little figurines, I guess you could call them. This is sort of leaning into Montessori style toys, and I think we're going to see more of those coming up soon. All right, we have a shape organizer. I want to call it the shape sorter. That's kind of a different toy, but this one's kind of like an organizer puzzle. We have one similar. It's a nice toy. Once they master it, it's kind of they're kind of done with it, but ours will still use it and sometimes uses the shapes for cookies or something when they're playing house. Then we've got my first little library. Again, books are great. It's really important to read to your baby. Then we have flashcards. Now, I looked ahead on this baby registry and I think they're maybe going for homeschool vibes. I love that, but does your newborn baby need flashcards? No, not yet. Okay, you have birthdays, you have Christmases, you have Easter. You can get these later. The earlier you get all these things, the longer you have to store them, okay? These are numbers 1 to 100. Unless you're really trying to educate your baby and have them memorize them at 6 months old, they're not gonna need these for a couple of years, okay? That's a long time to store items. So wait till their first, second, third Christmas to get some of these more advanced items. All right, we're gonna rush through the next ones. Okay, these next 3 are all preschool workbooks. Again, you don't need this on your baby registry. You're way too early. More workbooks. Again, focus on the most beginner friendly of workbooks, and same with flashcards, just simple ABC recognition or shapes or colors. Go really, really easy. I actually have some animal flashcards even, and those are something you can do with a pretty young baby. Things like addition, we need to wait on. Okay, things like handwriting, we're not there yet, okay? And finally, this last one here is a learn to write. And again, you're not writing yet. This is jumping the gun. Getting back into baby vibes. So we've got some vitamins and supplements. It's completely up to you what you give baby, put on baby, vitamin D, probiotics, things like that. That's up to you and your doctor. I do not feel comfortable giving advice on that specific area. Next, we have cloth diapers. So I looked into cloth diapering. I didn't fully commit to it. I actually bought some secondhand. I didn't use them. I was so bummed at myself, but I focused on breastfeeding and did not focus on cloth diapering. I like the ones where it was a shell and you put different cloth into the diaper versus pocket diapers or all-in-ones. That's the style I wanted to go with. There are a lot of different styles. If you're into cloth diapering, you're probably gonna do research separate from here. Next, a baby sign language book. So you can do the book. You could also get this book probably at the library. You can find resources on YouTube and do little practice videos. We did some sign language with our kids. We didn't continue to utilize it, but we did enjoy it and thought it was a really cool chapter for us. And then we have sight words. Again, I would say these are probably advanced. We want to first learn just recognizing the letters in the alphabet and our numbers, not full words. Okay, so just hold off a little bit. Then we have some laminated sheets. These are again kind of preschool vibe. You're getting ahead of yourself. There are so many other opportunities to gift these to your child. Then we have some Honest Company. I think this is a detangling spray. I would say you're ahead of the game here as well, because unless your baby comes out with a full head of hair, you're not going to need this for a while. Then we have wooden puzzles. Now, this is great. This is like shapes, ABCs, the basics. Cool, okay? And your baby can play with puzzles when they're young, as long as the pieces are large enough that they cannot choke on them and you're okay with them gnawing on them a little bit. I'm a big fan of getting toys that an older kid can use, but an infant can also enjoy. Maximize it and use them as long as possible. These simple wooden rings, you can attach like silks to them or tie ribbons on it. Keep it safe, obviously, of course. These are very much a Montessori vibe. Then we have a window decal. This goes with that like alert thing you put on the car seat. This goes on your window and it lets first responders know, hey, there is a decal, look for it on the car seat. Okay, so it's kind of a twofer on that. Then we have some probiotics. Again, your opinion and your doctor's opinion on what you do here. Then we have a bath filter for the tub. Now, I don't know, it is so tough in the world we live in. Like, is our water good? Is it bad? Is it this? Is it that? Go for it. If you think this is the right choice for you, I'm not going to shut this down. There are so many items I will shut down, like the rinse cup in the bathtub. You don't need to buy that rinse cup. Just use a random cup out of your kitchen or a random plastic cup at Goodwill. Don't go buying a $10 rinse cup. But if you feel like this water filter is important, go for it. When it's health related and like health, safety, anything like that, I'm like, if you think it's the right choice, that is great. I don't want you to buy junk like the rinse cup. Okay, I hope that makes sense on my differentiating between items you need and do not need. Then we have a stainless steel like plate set, the whole setup. So here's my pros and cons. I got plastic plates, kind of regretted it. We cut on them and microplastics, it's not the best. But what I like is we got all matching and everything stacks really nicely. So if I'm gonna get this set, I wanna get like 3 of it. And then they all match and ideally would stack nicely. Now, when plates have compartments, they typically don't stack very nicely, but that would be my goal, is matching sets. Whatever you want to go with, just simple and matching is the best. And with that, we are at the end of this baby registry. So what items would you get? What items would you skip? If you feel like you need more help, because baby registries are overwhelming, I offer a service. It is linked down in the description where I work with you individually on your baby registry to meet your needs, the needs of your family, and the needs of your specific home. Check that out in the description if you want to learn more. If you also want to just view more baby registries similar to this, going over different products, there's a ton on this channel. Check them out.